Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. Amazing. I mean, we just had on Brianna Rice, the model actress. She's been in The Bachelor, on Dr. Phil, a Hallmark Channel, and so much more. And we just had on the CEO and founder of FreeUp. Thank you, too, for your feedback that we had from having the founder of North Face on. In fact, make sure you go to Eliances.com, Eliances.com, because you know what? The founder of North Face is one of many from our radio show coming to our grand table. So again, you may have the opportunity not only to listen to him at our website, but meet him in person. Well, let's talk about our next hero because, again, it's that critical part of our Heroes program. The basis is, 1, how to have more time freedom, and 2, make your money work for you. Because we have Travis Watts, the VP of Investor Solutions with Direct Source Wealth. You could reach him at directsourcewealth.com/hero or call him. Call him now. Well, as soon as the interview's over at 877-756-8323. Don't wait. Don't get another email because your money's got to be working for you, and he could help guide you to various solutions in that, whether it's with a Direct Source Wealth or other things you can do. So, now, Travis, our producer Glue is holding this huge sign that says 500 and also another sign on our other hand that says 200. What does this whole thing of 500, 200 key numbers mean?
All right. Great intro, David. Great question. So 500, 200 sounds familiar. So Direct Source Wealth is basically a firm that has a bunch of co-investors, people investing alongside of us, and we typically invest in multifamily apartment complexes, so residential multifamily housing. So the 500-200 strategy is a strategy that our CEO came up with, Kira Golden. And what it means essentially is it's a long-term buy and hold strategy for individuals and investors looking for passive income and also looking for infinite returns. So I'll give you a little more detail on this. The 500 stands for if you took $500,000 and you invested it into this strategy, and the 200 stands for $200,000 per year in passive income, which is the end result of using this strategy, and it typically takes about 10 years. So I'll go into kind of more of how this works from a high level. And I do want to point out, by the way, it's a bit of a complicated strategy to explain over the phone, so we did make a video for this with a visual explanation, and you can find that at directsourcewealth.com/videos. And so I'll just kind of do my best here to explain how this works. So basically, Direct Source Wealth, along with a lot of the staff in the company and along with our co-investors, which are accredited individual investors throughout the United States, we all pool our money together and we take down larger real estate. So in the traditional sense of real estate investing, you might think that, you do it alone, solo, you go out to a bank and you get a loan and you put a down payment on, say, a single family house and you rent it out. So what we do is we're in the business of passive investing where we pool money together and we go find a major institutional lender and we buy, say, a 300-unit property or a 200-unit property. Okay, and what we're looking for is purchasing multifamily properties that need some work. They need some help. So they might have low occupancy, maybe a bad tenant base that's not paying the rents, or low credit. Maybe they shouldn't have been accepted into that property in the first place by the property management companies. Maybe it's got deferred maintenance. Any number of situations could come up, but there's a lot of these properties out there that just haven't been taken care of, and they've kind of been sliding over the years. So we swoop in and we hire out great professional teams, excellent property managers, contractors, construction crews, and we go in and we fix the places back up again. So we get new property management, new marketing teams. We completely redo the units, new floors, new paint, new landscaping, all this kind of thing. And we get the occupancy back up, usually to the high 90s, meaning that, say we have 90% occupancy on a 100-unit complex, so 98 of the units are rented out, whereas before maybe it was 70% or 80% on a lower number. So typically this value add takes 2 or 3 years for us to implement. And at that time, we usually aren't looking to sell the property. So we're not in the business of doing a fix and flip on a large scale. We're in the business of taking that renovated property 2-3 years after holding it, after it's been cash flowing for us every single month through the rents, and we're going to refinance it with a lender. And the idea behind the strategy is that we're trying to get 50% at least of the investor's original investment capital back to them at this stage. And then we want to hold the assets. We want to hold the property. We don't want to sell it. And the reason is because we're going to now take the equity that came out at 50% or more, and we're going to roll that into another property. Okay. And when you do a refinance and you pull equity out, that's a non-taxable event. So that's not going to hurt your gains in this sense because we didn't actually sell the property. We just pulled out some of the equity in it, kind of like a home equity line of credit on your house. And now that we have a lot of our capital back, we're going to put it into another project and do the same thing. So it's going to be a value add multifamily with a 2 to 3 year horizon before we can refinance that one. And this is really a rinse and repeat type of strategy. And on the video, you can see after a 10-year time frame of compounding cash flows and compounding refinances, you've now got multiple income streams. You've got over $200,000 per year in passive income at that time. So this is just one strategy that we use at Direct Source Wealth for investors looking to build generational long-term wealth and passive income. So that's kind of the high level of what it is.
I mean, that's phenomenal. So again, it's $500,000 invested one time, $200,000 received per year after 10 years. And is that pretty much for life?
Exactly. That's really, part of the takeaways from this strategy is exactly what you said. You still have the $500,000 that you started with. You didn't have to spend it or get rid of it. You simply put it into some real estate projects. So it's still there. Then you've got the $200,000 per year passive income. You've got multiple diversified income streams at this point. You never had to sell the properties. And so, you're still in ownership of multiple passive projects that you can pass along to your kids, your grandkids, spouses, whatever you want to do with it, or to a charity.
Wow. Well, you know what? I definitely want to make sure we continue this segment because our listeners want to know more about this, more about what Direct Source Wealth does, more about even comparing it to stocks and bonds and what's the difference between doing the 500-200 strategy versus just taking this and putting it into an annuity. And you know what? Travis is going to share with us those secrets. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you go to directsourcewealth.com/hero or call him more. Call him now to learn about this strategy at 877-756-8323. Travis Watts, Investor Solutions VP with Direct Source Wealth. David Kogan with Eliances.
Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. And thank you, too, to all our listeners. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. And again, it is the only place where entrepreneurs align. Don't wait. Go to Eliances.com. Well, we've got Travis Watts back with us, the VP of Investor Solutions with Direct Source Wealth. You want more time freedom? Imagine if you had just more time in life, what you would do. And you want more money, making money on your money? Well, he's the expert. Go to directsourcewealth.com/hero or call him at 877-756-8323. We're talking about two magic numbers, and that's 500 and 200. And they've come up with this incredible concept where you can invest $500,000 with them one time and get $200,000 per year for life after 10 years. Did I do that right, Travis? That sound right?
That's exactly right. 500-200 strategy.
So talk to us, though, about the difference between just putting it in, for example, into the stock market. I'll just put it all into Apple. Who knows what could happen, right? Or what about the annuities that are out there? The annuities, they say you give us X amount and you'll get X amount per month for life too. Talk about us the difference between those strategies.
Yeah, excellent question. So very open-ended topic. And I think that the simplest way to explain here the difference is a lot of investors, myself included, used to just look for, I know I used to just look for the returns on an investment or the projected returns. So I would be weighing out, this might give me 8% a year, this might give me 12% a year, whatever, and kind of deciding which ones fit into my portfolio. What I realized over time, just with financial education, experience, networking, is that in real estate, and specifically in multifamily residential real estate, you can get what's called an infinite return. And it's kind of a foreign concept for me up until recently. But basically, an infinite return is when you have no money invested in a deal or an asset, but that asset is giving you income, right? Because it's impossible to measure. If you made $100 on $0, it's infinite. So the way that we do that, I'm not talking about no money down real estate or anything like that, VA loans. I'm talking about, putting some money into a multifamily project, creating additional value within the project, and several years down the line, being able to refinance with a bank and pull out your initial capital that you put in without having to sell the property. And at the very point, let's just use an example. If you put $100,000 into an investment, at the very moment you get $100,000 back through a refinance and through cash flow and through whatever methods you get that return. You now have no money in the deal. You put in 100, you have 100 back. Now you have 0 as your basis in the property. Okay, and then at that point, the asset continues paying you cash flow and equity upside potentially as the markets, do what they do and the value continues to increase and the debt continues to get paid down. So we really focus on an infinite return model at Direct Source Wealth as a long-term strategy. And it also kind of ties into, what we call the velocity of money. You're putting your money to work, you're getting it back as soon as you can, and then you continue to reinvest it out into more and more assets. And that's how the 500-200 strategy comes into play and how it's possible to take your $500,000 investment, turn it into $200,000 per year in passive income. So the biggest difference is really that. You can't really do an infinite return through an annuity or through a stock. And if you do, it's really going to take you a very long time because there's not a refinance process you can go through, pull capital out, and continue holding it. In addition to typically, the bonds and the fixed income securities, the CDs, the annuities, they typically have lower yields on them. So trying to compound on a 3% or 2% return, could take you, 30 to 50 years to get to an infinite return.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, listen to this, Travis. According to the American Enterprise Institute, of the Fortune 500 firms, of 1955 versus 2016. Are you ready for this? Only 12% remain. Only 12%. So if you invested in those other, 88%, well, you would have nothing because those companies aren't on the Fortune 500, and who knows where they're at or if they're still in business. Yet the difference is with real estate, you own that property, or at the very least, you've got that land, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's one thing they're not making more of is land, and everybody needs a place to live. Not everybody needs every company out there making every single product. So it is the beauty of the industry that we're in. We get the opportunity to directly invest into an asset, into a project, into a property, rather than into a company where we really can't see what's behind the scenes or what they're invested in or what's really happening. So it's just a great, transparent, real, tangible model that we have.
Now, somebody could work with Direct Source Wealth, and again, they can reach you at directsourcewealth.com/hero. They can call you at 877-756-8323 because they're listening to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show. But they can they can work with you for less than $500,000 too, in various ways to invest in real estate with you. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a wide range of projects that we work on and a range of strategies that we use. Not everything we do is an infinite return model or is a 500, 200 strategy. You might be an individual just looking to put capital to work for 6 months or less, or just get a little bit of higher yield than what you're getting in the bank, or put your IRA to work in some note lending projects. There's all kinds of things that we do. So definitely reach out to us. We do what's called strategy sessions. We can, it's a complimentary phone call. We go through all of our strategies and we kind of look at your portfolio, what your needs and goals are. And we just try to simply match up what it is we do to what could help you and see if there's any synergy there and anything that we can do.
Travis, we only have a couple minutes left, but what is the biggest thing that you learned in regards to this whole real estate industry itself? Because there are so many ways to make money within real estate, and Direct Source Wealth, again, directsourcewealth.com/hero helps you with that. But what's some of the key things that you learned the most that you could share with us?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. One is I started out on the single family home method of doing real estate and quickly realized that's very hard to scale. It's hard to ever get to owning, say, hundreds of units. Doing it through that model, it's a lot of maintenance and management, not very cost effective either. So multifamily residential's a great way to invest in real estate. And more importantly, I found out it really is possible to be 100% passive with your real estate investing. You know, contrary to a lot of perception out there that you're having to unplug toilets and deal with termites and tenants and late rent and all this kind of stuff, you really don't have to be in that business at all to get the same, if not better, yields, and to have what we call time freedom, which is more time to focus on the things you love doing and less time focusing on the headaches and the management side of the business.
Excellent. Well, Travis, you definitely help your clients at Direct Source Wealth build passive income and provide opportunities like the 500-200 strategy. Travis Watts. Make sure you reach him at directsourcewealth.com/hero. You can call him at 877-756-8323. And you know what? Here's my secret to all you listening. Don't procrastinate. It doesn't cost for you to call them or go to a website. Learn something which you can do with your money. Take the opportunity now. directsourcewealth.com/hero. This is David Kogan with Eliances.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, visit www.Eliances.com.